Well, I am MICHIO KAKU, and I'd be glad to answer that question. First of all, most textbooks say that an electron is a dot. Particles that we see in our atom smashers are dots. But if I had a super microscope, I can see that that dot is actually a rubber band. From a distance, this rubber band looks like a dot. Close up, you see that it's a vibrating string. Now, this rubber band can vibrate in many different modes. Each mode can be called a particle. So for example, this might be an electron. But if you twirl it in a different way, it becomes a quark. And if you twirl it this way, you have to give it a different name. We call it a neutrino. Now, how many ways can one string vibrate? The answer is obvious. An infinite number of vibrations on the same string. And so we think that all the subatomic particles of the universe, the quarks, the neutrinos, the mesons, the protons and neutrons, there's a galaxy of these particles. They're nothing but musical notes on a tiny rubber band. A rubber band so small that it looks like a dot. So what is physics that we had to struggle with in high school? Physics is the harmonies of vibrating strings. Physics tells us how these vibrations move. What is chemistry? Chemistry is when these strings bump into each other and form molecules. We live in a four-dimensional world. We can go forward, backward, left, right, up, down, and the fourth dimension is time. But now we're beyond Einstein, and we have to go beyond 4 dimensions to perhaps, let's say, 10, 11 dimensions. But where are these other dimensions? We think they have curled up. They're so small that you cannot enter them, but perhaps we can feel their effects. And where is this other dimension? It is off the plane of your universe. Perhaps a parallel universe hovering right above your universe in another dimension that we cannot see or touch, but perhaps there's a gateway connecting them. That gateway is the wormhole. It was Einstein himself in 1935 who introduced the concept of a wormhole, a gateway between higher dimensional universes. Well, Einstein spent the last 30 years of his life chasing after the God equation, an equation perhaps no more than 1 inch long that would allow us to, quote, read the mind of God. A theory that would unite the two branches of physics. On one hand, we have the theory of the big, general relativity, black holes, big bangs, and the theory of the small, quantum theory, atomic physics. How can you unite these two into one theory? At the present time, these two theories hate each other. They're based on different mathematics, different principles, different concepts, and yet we believe in our heart of hearts there has to be a master theory out there, the holy grail of physics. And that, we think, is the God equation. The leading and only candidate for that is string theory. And by the way, if you ever find the God equation, tell me first. We'll split the Nobel Prize money together, you and me.